Demonstrator, and I'm coming to you live Wednesday morning, October 29 already. I So you can find me here almost every Wednesday morning, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. You can find me on my website at dazzledbystamping.com. All the other times for whatever things you want. I need to refresh my screen here a second. I didn't go where. Just a sec. I'm going to go back here a minute. Click the link. Hopefully, then there we go. Sorry. Okay, open panel. So people are still probably trying to find me because I just found me. Sorry for the delay, but here I am. Okay, I'm gonna chat a little bit. I gotta make sure that this is open. I think that it's open and I can't tell. I don't see anybody coming up. So let me know when you're here if you're watching, okay? Must be the panel's open. Oh, good. Marlene's here. Okay, now I can see. I need to do one more edit here a second. I see Marsha and Carrie. Thank you so much for joining me. I have a hard time reaching to make my settings right because I did something to my shoulder. I'm sure I overused it in some way, but anyway. So I'm here. I'm thankful to be here. So I'm going to talk about a couple things first. One is this is good morning, Jennifer. I'm glad to see you. Sorry, I was praying you wouldn't cry and then started crying before I even got down here. So I was gone last week because our friend Rachel's husband passed away. It's just really hard. She and her family definitely need prayers. Sean was an amazing person. They're Christians. They know Sean is in heaven, but that is still hard down here. Hi, Jamie. She has a lot of people reaching out to help her, but also it's just hard. When I left, she had somebody that was coordinating help for her, but some of the work you just have to do on your own. You're just there. You just have to learn to move forward. She said, while I was there, she said something along the lines of that I know God is my anchor. I know He'll take care of me and protect me and all that. But Sean was my rock. And he did all the practical things for everybody, honestly. He was always helping somebody, and very much her. So, so she's working on ways, and I helped her with one small little thing, working on ways to make her home more accessible because she do her children live out? So her daughter lives at home. Son lives like an hour away. And she definitely needs help financially. She can't work. She can't drive. He was the income. He was the insurance. He was all of that. I know he has some life insurance. I don't know how much that is, but her sister set up a GoFundMe account for her. And I really don't know details other than that. She definitely has big needs. I don't know if I had told you or not, because I only talked about this minimally, but she was supposed to, the Tuesday that I was there, she was supposed to have a big surgery to remove some teeth. Because of all the infection it probably went back and forth. Infection in her face, infection in her teeth, and they work together. And eventually having that out will be helpful for her body. But that was supposed to happen Tuesday. And that wasn't going to happen Tuesday. So that has to be put off. She wants it after the first of the year. And she had a blessing while I was there. The place that was doing it, well, they'd already made the impressions for the dentures or whatever that was going to replace whatever is taken out. And they contacted her, and after she obviously had to cancel her appointment, and they contacted her the next day and said that they would do the extractions themselves free, and she would just be paying for the dentures or whatever. So she's definitely been blessed in ways, and she started actually, I'll say a journal, keeping track of what she calls glimmers of praise, which are in the middle of all this horrendous stuff, the things that she sees. Hi, Kathy. The things that places she sees God working, which is an amazing attitude to have, and I appreciate that about her. So the memorial is Saturday. That's going to be very casual, because that's who he was. They're trying to do things to honor him. So there will be, I'll say, a service at the beginning of it where Rachel actually wants to speak. At least their daughter wants to speak. She's not sure if she can do it, but she says, I won't forgive myself if I don't. So we'll see. And then some sort of message from the pastor. But then after that, and then also anybody who wants to talk about Sean or whatever, they can speak also. So that's like the first hour. And then after that, they're just gonna have it casual. That in the obituary itself, it says, just a second, you grab my water and my shoulder's weird. Says to wear your favorite graphic tee, because that's what he loved. he was a baseball cap and t-shirt kind of guy. And when we were there a couple weeks ago, we had his baseball cap on, and we sat down to dinner, and he's like, oh, and took his cap off and prayed. And but he had it on the whole time. So anyway, so it's going to be very casual, and the snacks that he enjoys, and he loved Legos and loved Batman and loved so many things. So anyway, we're gonna be going down for that this weekend. I don't know what else to tell you except to pray. So if anybody has an interest in supporting her in any way, I don't like GoFundMe. I don't like that they get a percentage of it. I mean, I realize it's a way to reach out to a lot of people, but I don't really like it. So I did my own. We're doing our own thing in our own way. But if you are interested in supporting her, on my website, I attached the link to his obituary, and then the website is in there for being able to support her. So there's that. So I think that's all I'm going to talk about, is I don't just keep crying, and I'm going to actually do some crafting. Yeah, I don't like it either. And the other thing that I don't like about it, I know you can put anonymous in there, but somehow people still see that it's you and how much you gave, and I just think that's between me and the Lord, and sometimes the person that I'm giving it to. So anyway, it's not what we're choosing to do. So, but it's there if you have a need or desire. Okay, so I started to try to remind you, and then my mind, goes wherever. So, this week is the last week that you can join Stampin' Up! On my Dazzling Demos team for only $35. I realize it's not all about the money. It's about the team and about the community, and honestly, it's about spending more time with me too. Because I have a monthly meeting. It's the first Thursday of every month. We get together and craft. We also do our own team retreat, and just other times when we go to Stampin' Up! Events and stuff like that. And that's not the main reason to do it, unless you just love me to pieces and just want to spend as much time with me as possible. But it's a really good deal, but that's not necessarily why, that might be why to get you over the hump to sign up. But it's not necessarily the reason to sign up. There are so many reasons. As I've talked about, the community is amazing. The friendships that we build, even just without doing classes or stuff like that, you have a team, you're part of a tribe, and it's just, but I know that I just don't know that I shared online or on my video or whatever. Like, I wanted to sign up because I needed a fund to my habit. I didn't have money that was just laying around for me to buy all the stuff that I wanted to from Stampin' Up! And so I knew that I was gonna, one, need a discount, and two, I also knew that I personally wanted to do classes. Their classes are not required, but I wanted to do classes because that was gonna help fund my habit. So, it's been amazing. I really didn't expect my business to be where it's at, but it can be your business. Well, I say your business, your demonstratorship can be anywhere on the spectrum that you want it to be. I don't remember the correct percentage. I'm gonna say 80%, at least 80%, but it could be more like 90%. of all demonstrators are actually just hobbyists. They're just their own best customer, maybe even their only customer. Um, and so you can sign up for any reason that you want to, but it's a great deal. So just reminding you, it's $35 plus tax, no shipping, and you get to choose $125 a product. That's amazing. Um, if you don't have the big Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine, there's another way that you can choose to sign up, and that is there's a deal that where you pay the normal $99, but you get $189 a product. And the only reason I would suggest that is if you want the big machine, because the big machine is $140 and you can't get that. There's not usually a discount on it, though there would be a discount if you chose it for free shipping day, like we had last week. Sorry, I suddenly had to itch. But if you chose it as your kit, you would also, besides the machine, you'd also get to choose $49 a product. So, other product. So, like you could buy dies or folders or, I don't care, doesn't, stamping ones, it doesn't matter. You get to choose whatever it is that you want. So, anyway, that ends Friday. And if you're thinking of it, really, you should, and you think you need help, really, you should contact me by tomorrow. That would be helpful because we will be heading out of town Friday. So I will, for the most part, be traveling or be unavailable, and they are great deals, and at taking care of whatever needs I can for Rachel. That's will be my focus. So I have to tell you a story. This made me happy and made me laugh and all that. So I had somebody join my team this month. I think she couldn't turn down the deal anymore. She joined my team, and then also she came to our one-day retreat on Saturday, and it happened to be the first time that I met her. Like, she got on my website, got on my mailing list, all that kind of stuff, which is wonderful. But we hadn't met in person yet, and she signed up for the retreat, and I'm like, oh yay, and then she joined my team. I'm like, oh yay. So we're talking there on Saturday, and she said, I don't want to be a demonstrator. I'm like, you already are a demonstrator, but you don't have to do classes. I just thought it was funny because, just terminology sort of things. But you can make it look however you like. So I also opened up, I opened up my cards and cookies class. I even showed my samples that I'm doing. We brought the cost of the class down a lot, but in doing so, the cookie part of it is going to be a DIY experience where you're going to get the cookies, you're going to get a thing of frosting and candies to decorate your cookies, but it's not going to be any sort of teaching by Vanessa, who owns the Sweet Details Grand Rapids store. But I'm excited for it. It will be fun. So I'm hoping that this way gets more people interested. It will be a fun day. I also, did I put this on there? I think I put it on my email that I sent out this morning. So it's in my, where everything shows, all the classes and everything. I put my paper crafting at Marge's on there. It's not something that you have to register for. You just come. So you're going to get reminders for it, but you don't have to register for it. So I just want you there. So, and I have other things to do, but that's it. That's what I'm doing. Okay. I did remember to do my randomizer. So I need to find my pen. I need to get a drink and then get my water out of the way. All right, so I'm going to switch over to here. So I have cards, 2 cards from 2 weeks ago. the 2 cute little Christmas cards that I made. And Janine Woodhull is my first winner. Congratulations, Janine. I don't think she's on here yet, but that's okay. I know her address. That's all that matters. All right, pick a new winner and start. Rachel just won. I'm going to do a new winner. I think she had both of these cards. Oh, yeah, I made both of these cards with her. So, Kathy, you are my second winner. Kathy Polderman, sorry. Congratulations. All right. So, I send Rachel cards all the time, and I made those cards with her. So, we're just going to stick with giving away. All right, so what I'm doing today, I've been having a hard time getting back into doing the things I need to do here. And I did not feel like coming over here and designing and figuring out, but I do have 2 projects that I've been wanting to show you. Well, one I've been wanting to for a while. The other one, it's just recent. So I'm going to show you from beginning to end how to do a couple different 3D type things. So some of you have seen this in person or have seen pictures or whatever. Some of you received something on Saturday, and I'm going to show you how we made it. So I don't remember if Carrie's on here. I feel like she is, but anyway, I'm going to put you down. So close your eyes. Oh, that's hard on my shoulder. Okay, I have to undo this. Okay, tighten, and I'm going to spin you, so close your eyes. So, in case you don't know, I have to spin you because otherwise the word, it's upside down, the words are backwards, that sort of thing. So, the first thing, I think I'm going to do the easier one first. Hopefully this is easier. The first thing that I'm going to show you is how to make a nail file holder, like an embroidery board. Embroidery. Is that the right word? Emery board. Not embroidery. Emery board. We made these as one of our pillow gifts for Saturday. That's too funny. And so I'm going to show you how to do it really quick. So first of all, you start with, this is for a full size. I'm going to show you the emery board first. This is for a full size emery board. But I saw when I was shopping for these, you can get them smaller. So if you do smaller ones, you're not going to end up starting with a square piece. You're going to start with a shorter one probably. But anyway, so I'm starting with 6 by 6, and you don't have to, unless you're impatient, you don't have to write down all these measurements, because I think I'm going to do both of these for my project sheet that I'll send tomorrow to anybody that's on my email mailing list. So, excuse me. So I'm going to score this at every 1.5 inches. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to score it at 1.5, then score it at 3, and then score it at 4.5. Okay, so done with this for now. So here is, here's our piece that has, so it's even score lines going across. Now, what we want to do is you're going to fold into the side you're not wanting to show. So I don't want to show this side. I'm not a huge poinsettia fan. There's one side of these that I like, and this one is not it. So for the first one, so if it matters to you what order, I can't tell which way that it goes, so it probably doesn't really matter. So I'm going to fold this so that this corner, so that it makes a 90-degree angle, and you have you have the first corner lined up with just inside the middle score line. Does that make sense? Then we need opposite corners. So the ones on both sides of this corner. So this is going to go in just to the first score line, so not all the way to the middle. And then this one is going to go into its first score line. So bone folder is helpful. So there we have that. And then just for ease of folding everything, I'm going to go through and do I need to? Yeah, I do need to do it on that. I thought that I didn't need to do it on this score line, but I do. So I'm going to score it on all of these long lines. Okay, now for you guys's that we made, we put tear and tape. It's just to help hold it. You could do it just at the end if you wanted to, the very last piece, but we did in more spots. So we're going to put tear and tape on this little section between here. And then I'm not going to do it here. We did tear and tape across here. Was there one more? So I'm showing you sort of how it ends up being. So you need it there. For some reason I was thinking there were two spots. Okay, instead of tear and tape on the bottom here, I'm actually going to do just a little line of liquid glue, because I saw when I was passing them out, or maybe it was just when I had my own, hello, come out. The tear and tape wanted to come apart from each other. That's not helpful. Okay, so you're gonna start at the wide end. Oh, and I want to tear off this piece here. Okay, so you're gonna start at the widest part, and then keep folding like I did a little bit ago, and then you're gonna fold this closed, and this seals it. Okay, and I'm gonna hold this bottom part because this is so that it doesn't fall through the bottom. I'm going to hold this for a minute and then I'll show you, then I'll finish it. So it's really easy. All right, good enough. All right, and then I put my my embroidery board in there. Oh, it's too funny. All right, I'm holding it while I'm putting it in here so I don't go through. Okay, so there's that. And then just gonna put a little bit of ribbon on it. Where'd my ribbon go? Oh, a different color ribbon was hiding it. Okay, so this ribbon is called, I love this, gold striped ribbon, and it's so pretty. So this is just to make it just a tiny bit fancy. This doesn't hold anything together because we glued or tear and taped it together. It's just to make it look pretty, but still simple. We didn't do a whole bunch of decorations. We just added ribbon, and I like that. Okay, so this is a really simple gift or stocking stuffer, or if you like doing craft shows, it's an easy thing to make for your craft shows or whatever. And so there we go. Here's our first one. Okay. Now I'm going to do a box. So yes, I have chocolate I will be giving away next week. Okay, so this one, hopefully, well, I have my measurements here, so I will be able to do it. So this is another one that I created my own box specifically for the Ghirardelli chocolate squares. So I always start with, like, what do I want my square to be in the center, and then I decide what my measurements need to be. I go from there. Yeah, it's really pretty designer paper. I forgot to tell you that part. So this is the Gathering Together designer paper. And for my tag, I'm actually going to use Gathering Moments. I'm going to use one of the dies and then this leaf here. So I'm starting from the beginning. Nothing is scored or cut, so hopefully I don't do it wrong. So I'm making my box 3/4 of an inch thick. So that means I need to, on both of my long sides, I need to score. I was not pushing hard because otherwise I'll go right through my designer paper. I need to score 3/4 of an inch there. Turn it around and score 3/4 of an inch on that side. Oh, I almost did it too hard on that one. Okay, then I need to score at 3/4 of an inch again. Am I on camera? Sort of. Maybe I should do it up at the top here. I'm not sure I can do it right. Okay, 3/4 of an inch here. And then at 1.5 inches, so that's another 3/4 of an inch. And then at 4 inches. Four and 3/4 of an inch. And I'm done. I hope that's right. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that you can see what I'm working with, I'm going to score on all the lines, or crease all the lines, before I do any sort of cutting, because you don't need all these pieces. You need to create tabs. You need to do all the things. So I'm going to crease on all here so that you can see how it's coming together. There's this one. And this one. Okay, so this is going to come up together and you're going to build a box. So this box is going to have a flap on it. So I'm not making a separate lid. It's all one piece. So what I need down here, between the two big panels here, I need to make tabs here. So there they are. I needed not my ribbon scissors. All right, so I'm going to cut on the score line to the score line here and do the same thing on the opposite side. On the score line to the score line. Okay, so now when I fold it up, I have these little tabs that sort of will come all together. Now, this is going to be the flap part. It will close it and, yeah, it will just close it. Now, for this one, I don't need this whole section right here, both of these. I'm just going to tuck it in and get it out of the way. I want this side. It doesn't really matter as long as you can see it. So I'm cutting out both of these squares right here. Oh, I didn't go all the way this way. this one. Okay, so as I mentioned, oops, sometimes I don't like creasing on the score lines until after I do the cutting, because I feel like then I'm cutting on a hill instead of on a nice straight line. Okay, so one more thing. So this is going to be the flap to close the box, but I want it to fit better, so I'm going to angle off. If you had a corner rounder, I don't have one. I don't know if we carry anything that's like a corner rounder anymore, but I don't have one. I don't feel like that was right. All right, so now this will tuck into my box easily. So obviously you're going to fold into whatever side you don't want showing. Whatever you want the inside to be. So I'm going to put some liquid glue on the outside of both of these tabs. And then on the inside of one of the long ones for both sides. And that one has to be put attached last. Okay, so now I'm going to put this together. So this is going to come up like this and attach to the tabs so they stay out of the way. And then this is going to close up and attach to the sides. So I just need to make sure that it's lined up. Oops, I can't move it. It already stuck. All right, I'm gonna go in. I always use my bone folder to help help press everything together. Those tabs on the bottom, they're sort of, my fat little fingers can't get down in there. Okay, so we have our box that can be tucked closed like that. All right, now this is pretty stable. So we're going to put our chocolates in. Where did I put them? So you can put them in either way. They fit that way, but if you like them to go up and down, that's fine too. So we're going to put this in here. And then I want something to be able to hold it closed. And so I decided I wanted to make a belly band and do some ribbon. So I just have a 3/4 inch piece of designer paper again. And I did not do any scoring on here. This is, I ended up cutting it to 8 inches long. I figured it out after I did all my things. So I am starting here. This is the back. So I'm just sort of folding it on here with how far I think that I want it to go up. And then I'll crease it. And then I'll fold it here. So I don't have, it is a nice chocolate holder, thanks. I don't have measurements for this. They're going to be just bigger than, like this one's just bigger than 3/4 of an inch, because you have to keep in mind making it big enough, so bigger than the 3/4 inch side that there is. So that's why I'm not doing any measurements for this. You kind of just do it by feel, so you don't have to try to go by 1/16 of an inch. All right, and one more there. So when I've been doing this, you don't want it too tight. So instead of like making sure I go all the way this way, I sort of, this is going to seem weird, but I sort of like slide it back a little bit and then go this way. So there's just a little bit more give when I do this. So, okay, I'm going to double check it one more time before I actually attach it. All right. Then we need glue on here again. Okay, so I'm going to put this down, but I don't want it to be too snug. So I want there to, oh, I do want to slide this off though in case glue seeps out if I put too much glue on it. Then it wouldn't be a belly band anymore. It would just be a piece that was attached and hold everything closed permanently instead of like temporarily while you try to just slide it off. Okay, so a belly band's going this way. There we go. So it slides on for me. Okay, and then I'm gonna make a little tag. So where did my, is it over here? Oh, good. Okay, so here's my Very Vanilla. I'm going to use Cajun Craze because there's a lot of that in this one, and it will just coordinate well. Maybe I should have used crushed curry. I don't know. We're just going to go with this because I have it out. So I have my leaf here, and I'm going to stamp it off so it's not, maybe that's not too dark. Well, we're stamping off. So stamping on, that's good. Stamping on our Very Vanilla. And then I have Thankful for You. So this is all from this stamp set, Gathering Moments. And this can fit right on this leaf. Thankful for You. And I have the die. And I have a punch, but I didn't pull the punches out. I know that I have a leaf here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Okay. I really should pull the punches out. Where did they go? Okay. Thankfully, they weren't too far away. Okay, so I used the die from the bundle. And then, sorry for the noise, we have this hole punch assortment, number 165409, so that you can do all these different holes for like your ribbon or whatever. So I just use the 1/8 inch circle and to punch a hole in my thing. And I'm going to use the same ribbon. I love this ribbon. And do we want it this way? Yeah, I'm going to do it this way. So you need a good corner on your ribbon or it won't work. Okay, so I'm going to do it this way. Maybe I need to turn this. Make it lay flat better. Okay, so we're going to wrap around here. And I usually don't cut until after I'm done doing this on my live or when I'm just working by myself, but I'm not sure how this is going to go, so I just want the space to do it. Okay, so I'm just going to do a knot. I'm not doing a bow. This is too small of a thing, and I don't prefer to do bows. So we're going to make our knot here. So now, this is part of the belly band. I'm not sticking it to the designer paper that I made the belly band from, but it's part of it and can be slid off just like the, you can stick with it like that. So there's our cute box. And I think it's, I love it. So yeah, somebody will win chocolate next week, and I'm not mailing it. It'll have to be somebody in person. I will mail this though, so if somebody else wins this that's far away, I'll mail it to you. But chocolate you're gonna have to pick up. Isn't that cute though? I like it. All right. I think I did all my talking in the beginning. I can't think of anything else that I need to say. Thank you. I'm glad that you like it. So I'm sure I will be posting more classes. I still need to post my Christmas class that's coming up for November also. But check out my events. And yeah, thank you for joining me today. I appreciate it. I know you're probably expecting tears, but thank you for putting up with tears from me today. I should be available, or I should be here alive again next week. So I will see you again then. Thank you so much. And I think that's it. I missed being here last week. And so I'm glad to be back, and I will see you again next week. Have a great week, and I will see you soon. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, Kathy. Thank you, Marlene. Bye.